Imagine waking up millions of years ago. You are hungry. You are cold. The sky is still dark. You hear something move. It is close. You cannot see it, but it can see you. It has teeth. It is already awake. Back then, being human was not easy. It did not mean power. It meant danger. It meant fear. It meant being exposed. So why do we still feel connected to animals? Why do we feel like we cannot live without them? Because for most of our story, animals were not just around us. They were everything. Today, animals can feel optional. Some people see them as pets. Some see them as wildlife. Some see them as something far away, far from cities, far from roads, far from screens, but the deeper truth is stranger. Long before cities, humans lived inside an animal world. Animals could kill us. Animals could feed us. Animals gave us tools. Animals gave us clothing. And one animal became our partner. That animal was the dog. Even today, animals still support our food systems. Bees and other pollinators help many plants grow. So our connection with animals is not just emotional. It is not only about love. It is much older than that. It is ancient. Humans were not safe. For most of human evolution, we were not at the top. We were not kings of nature. We were not safe. The human story goes back millions of years. But modern humans are much newer. Our species, Homo sapiens, appeared around 300,000 years ago. So when we say humans millions of years ago, we must be careful. We are talking about early humans. We are talking about human ancestors. We are talking about close human relatives, not people exactly like us today. And their world was harsh. There were no houses, no walls, no hospitals, no metal weapons, no police, no safe bedrooms. A small human group had to survive in the open. They had to watch the grass. They had to watch the water. They had to watch the trees. Because danger could come from anywhere. Crocodiles waded near water. Big cats moved through the land. Hyenas followed the smell of meat. Other predators watched for weakness. And this is where things get strange. Animals were not only the danger. They were also the teacher. They forced humans to watch. They forced humans to listen. They forced humans to stay together. One human alone was weak. A group had a chance. That may be one reason humans became so social. We needed each other. Because the animal world was watching. Animals came food. Then came a huge change. Tools. A stone tool looks simple. It is just a sharp rock. But for early humans, it changed everything. With a sharp stone, they could cut meat. They could scrape skin. They could break bones. They could reach marrow. Marrow is the soft fat inside bones. It is rich food. It gives energy. And energy meant survival. The Smithsonian says early stone tools appeared at least 2.6 million years ago. At Nyayanga in Kenya, researchers found very old stone tools. They may be around 2.9 million years old. These tools were found near animal bones. Reports say they were used to butcher animals. Some were large animals, like hippos. But there is an important detail. The humans or human relatives may not have hunted those hippos. They may have found them already dead. They may have scavenged them. Scavenging means taking meat from a dead animal. This is important. Do not say they hunted if the evidence says scavenged. Still, the meaning is powerful. Animals were not just monsters in the dark. Animals were food. Meat, fat, marrow, skin, bone. All of it mattered. And this next part changes everything. Before fire became common, some meat may have been eaten raw. At some early sites, fire was not yet controlled. So food was not always cooked. Later, fire changed human life. Fire gave heat. Fire gave light. Fire helped cook food. Fire helped protect the group. But before fire, survival was rougher. The animal world gave life. But it also demanded courage. Animals became technology. Animals did not only fill human stomachs. They also became material. Their bones could become tools. Their skins could become clothing. Their teeth could become ornaments. Their sinew could become cord. Sinew means strong tissue from animals. It can be used like string. At Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, researchers reported ancient bone tools. Some may be around 1.5 million years old. Reports say some were made from elephant and hippo bones. These were not random bones. They were shaped. They were used. They were technology. Think about that. An animal dies. Its meat feeds people. Its bone becomes a tool. Its skin may cover the body. Its parts help humans survive another day. This is a huge idea. Early humans were not separate from animals. They were building life from them. Even clothing may have a deep animal connection. Scientists have studied clothing lice. Lice are tiny insects. Some live in hair. Some live in clothing. By studying them, scientists estimate when regular clothing may have started. Some studies suggest clothing use may go back tens of thousands of years, possibly over 100,000 years. This does not prove every detail. It is indirect evidence, but it gives us a clue. As humans moved into colder places, they needed protection. Animal hides may have helped. So animals did not only feed humans. They covered human skin. They helped humans enter cold lands. They helped humans go farther. One animal came family. Then something almost unbelievable happened. One dangerous animal became a partner, the wolf. Over time, some wolves changed. Some came closer to humans. Some were less afraid. Some may have followed camps. Some may have eaten leftovers. Slowly, a new relationship began. That relationship became the dog. Dogs were the first domesticated animal. Domesticated means changed by living with humans. But the exact timing is still debated. Some evidence points to dogs around 15,000 years ago. Some studies suggest the split from wolves may be older. But the big idea is clear. One animal crossed the line. It was no longer only danger. It became help. A dog could warn humans. A dog could smell danger. A dog could help in hunting. A dog could guard a camp. It could be an ice age, alarm system. Think about the emotion of that. For millions of years, animals tested humans. Then, one animal stood beside us. That was not a small change. That was a new chapter. The animal world was no longer only against us. Part of it was now with us. And that changed the human story forever. We still depend on animals. Here's the part most people miss. This story did not end in prehistory. We still live inside animal systems. Today, we may live in cities. We may use phones. We may buy food from shops. But the natural world is still under everything. Pollinators are a good example. Pollinators are animals that help plants reproduce. Bees are pollinators. Butterflies are pollinators. Some birds are pollinators. Some bats are pollinators. They move pollen from flower to flower. Without them, many plants would struggle. The FAO says pollinators help a large part of global crop production. It also says many food crop types depend on pollinators. IPBES says many wild flowering plants depend on animal pollination. So this is not only a love story. It is an ecological story. Ecological means connected to nature and living systems. Humans do not live outside nature. We live inside it. Animals support food. Animals shape forests. Animals move seeds. Animals balance ecosystems. Animals keep life moving. This does not mean every human must eat animal food. That is too simple. But it does mean something deeper. The world that feeds us is tied to animals. The world that shaped us was tied to animals. And the world we live in now still is. So what was the terrifying reality of being human millions of years ago? It was this. You were never separate from animals. You were surrounded by them. You were measured by them. You were chased by them. You were fed by them. You were clothed by them. You were protected by them. And eventually, helped by them. That is the lost connection. Humans did not enter a world where animals were optional. We became human in a world full of animals. Animals were the test. Animals were the danger. Animals were the food. Animals were the tools. Animals were the partners. And maybe that is why the bond still feels deep. Even now. Even in cities. Even with concrete under our feet. Even with screens in our hands. Some part of us remembers. A much older truth is still there. We did not rise above the animal world. We rose with it. If this changed how you think about human history, subscribe. This channel tells simple stories from the wild past. And tell me in the comments, what changed humans more? Fear of animals or our connection to them?